Not only has it been 5 years since Todd Phillips' original Joker made its debut at the Venice Film Festival, it's also been 5 years since I shared my very unpopular opinion on the original Joker. So now it's finally time to find out if I have reason to put on a happy face. My name is Ren, and this is my review of Joker, Folie à Deux. Welcome back, film family. Thank you for joining me for what is undoubtedly the biggest ticket at this year's Venice Film Festival, the long-awaited sequel to the idiotically controversial 2019 Joker, a sequel where we find Arthur Fleck institutionalized at Arkham, awaiting trial for his crimes as the Joker. While grappling with his dual identity, Arthur not only stumbles upon true love, but also discovers the music that has always been within him. If you have followed my channel at least since 2019, first of all, thank you so much, but you will know that I found the original to be overall derivative and meandering in its intentions. Despite an incredible performance by Joaquin Phoenix, it offered an interpretation of the character I didn't find interesting nor expensive for the character. And while I wouldn't say I've been converted, at least Folie à Deux is an inspired piece with much more value to itself instead of simply ripping off better movies. It's interesting because this is very much an organic continuation of that story. But what has worked for me with this sequel may very well be what puts off hardcore fans of the original. And I personally am always a fan of movies that give me such complex feelings. Joaquin Phoenix is once again great in this role, now able to deliver more nuanced work, whether he's Arthur Fleck or he's playing up the farce behind the makeup, offering a deconstruction on the dark myth of the Joker. Even if a somewhat superficial one, he is depicted as not simply a victim of the system, he is the living embodiment of anti-system itself. Almost as if Todd Phillips is placing his own work on trial, debating whether or not Arthur Fleck and the Joker are different people. A fresh, even meta framing that allows this sequel to offer new insight into this interpretation of the character, which is further explored with the added dynamic brought into the film by Lady Gaga, who plays a necessary counterpart to Fleck with her iteration of Harley Quinn, my favorite female comic book character of all time. The conventional power dynamics of this iconic comic book pairing are completely flipped upside down, which, at least at first, fascinated me. She not only represents a place of solace for Arthur, she in many ways shares fans' expectations on who the Joker is and what he symbolizes. That said, I personally found Gaga too distracting. Not that she is a bad performer, much like Joaquin Phoenix in his own right, she is a natural. But similarly to my issues with the first film, I simply never saw Harley Quinn on screen. Especially in the musical sequences, the immersion is completely broken, and what is left is Joaquin Phoenix and Lady Gaga dressed up in talk shows, dive bars, a whole collection of mental fantasies where I could always see past the fantastical theatricality that exists inside their delusional minds. The musical numbers themselves are inconsistent in quality, in great part due to Phillips's inexperience in directing musicals. They feel gimmicky overall, with only one brief glimpse at brilliance, where Phoenix delivers a sinister rendition of Shirley Bassey's The Joker, before rapidly becoming tiresome once again, despite the musical structure fitting the film so well. It's tricky for me to discuss these musical sequences and sound so harsh because conceptually they are the pitch-perfect framing device to explore the Joker's mind and his relationship with Harley Quinn, but so many of them feel more like deleted scenes that should have been left on a previous cut on the film and not in the final version. They work so much better in concept because this is a jukebox musical. Most of the time, those don't work for me. It certainly doesn't work when you have two iconic fictional characters singing songs that have been in movies, when, for me, at least already, I'm struggling to connect with this Joker, to see this Joker. But These are the sequences in Joker Folie that gave me a glimpse at finally seeing a Joker in Joaquin Phoenix. He was never the issue. I always had an issue with the writing, and I have an issue with the scenes, but now he finally feels like a version of this character that I can see come to life. Undoubtedly, these moments, these mental fantasies Harley and Arthur share are captured with wonderful, vibrant cinematography. There's no denying, as much as I was unimpressed with the original, that it looked amazing. Folie à Deux looks just as good, if not better. Whether we're talking about the musical sequences, whether we're talking about the crime thriller elements, whether we're talking about the courtroom drama, this is where the film shines the most. I was enthralled with every courtroom sequence in this film, especially when we tie the first movie and this sequel together. But it is once again an inconsistent movie. I do believe fans of the original will be enthralled by this. There's so much engagement to have without this world expands and what Joaquin Phoenix delivers in this performance that is just as good, if not better, than in the original. And of course, this is a spoiler-free review, but I will assure you, I love the ending of this film. It is the pitch perfect final note that this now saga of the Joker absolutely needed and even validates this interpretation of the character. Those are just my thoughts on Joker Folie à Deux. It's time for you to start the conversation in the comments below. What is your favorite version of the Joker, whether we're talking movies, TV, comic books, and what is a Batman villain or a comic book villain you would love to see a gritty 80s grounded take on? Anything and everything down there. If you're enjoying these Venice Film Festival reviews, I have a few more up here with a few more to come in the future, even though I'm leaving Italy and the festival tomorrow. There's still a lot more movies to review. If you want to stay tuned for those, if you want to stay here and talk more movies and TV with me, this is the place to be. Consider clicking that subscribe button and you won't miss any future conversations on your favorite movies and TV. Joker Folie à Deux is perhaps too ambitious for its own good, but it crafts a more inspired identity for its gritty world and the mind of Arthur Fleck. The result is an unpredictable, colorfully dark, and insane genre blend that at last captures the truism and essence of the Joker. I'm giving Joker Folie à Deux a B-. Thank you so much for watching, Film Family. Remember to start a conversation about Joker Folie à Deux in the comments below. Does this review, does the movie itself make you put on a happy face? Anything and everything down there. Big shout out to my channel members for always supporting the channel, and I'll be back very soon for more Venice Film Festival reviews and beyond. So until the next one, love each other and love the movies.